Congratulations on the purchase of your MarketDirect camper. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up the Explorer rear fold. So folks, before you pick your trailer up, there's a few things you need to do. First one is we need an electronic brake controller fitted to your vehicle. That will activate the brakes in the trailer. It's a requirement by law. If you want to charge the battery in the trailer while you're driving along, you will also need a 50 amp Anderson plug fitted to the back of the vehicle near the tow bar. This will give us a constant power supply to charge the battery. The next thing we're going to require you to do is when you turn up, we need your tow ball removed, leave the tow tongue in the vehicle. Then it's just a matter of the handover staff putting the coupling in, doing the nut up, and we're ready to hook it up to your vehicle. What we're going to do is show the connection of the polyblock coupling that we use on a variety of our trailers to the vehicle. Major components of the polyblock are of course the polyblock coupling itself on the trailer, the hitch receiver that goes onto your vehicle when you're picking up, the pin that goes through, the two safety pins that engage it. I've already levelled the trailer so the polyblock will pull in from the side, but typically you'd back up, level the trailer up. Then it's just simply a matter of pulling the connector across, lining the hole up, pushing the pin through, take one of your connectors in, second one. It's as simple as that, folks. Now we're ready to go on with the rest of the connection of the trailer. Next procedure we do, we take our safety chains, hook them onto the tow bar of the vehicle. When you're putting your safety chains on, it's important to make sure that we crisscross the chains. We formed the safety cradle with the chains being crisscrossed. If the trailer happens to come off the vehicle, the coupling will fall down into the cradle formed here. Keep the whole trailer off the road and make it a bit more controllable as you're trying to stop. Good safety feature. Jockey wheels are next procedure. Simply a matter, wind it up, take the weight off the back of the vehicle, pull the pin out, rotate the jockey wheel around, and make sure it locks back into place. Everything's up out of the way. Put your red handle to the top, stop it getting hit by things as we go along off-road. And next couple of things we've got to do, very quick and easy. 7-pin flat plug. Not only is this controlling the lights and the indicators, but it's also a connection for brakes for the vehicle. Make sure you get it the right way around, locked into position. Then we've got the Anderson plug. The Anderson plug charges the battery off the vehicle while you're driving along. Simply slots into the back of the vehicle there. That's hooked up safely, and then just make sure we've got our wiring out of the way. We're basically ready to drive away and head home or head out to the campsite. So we've got to the stage now, we've found a good level campsite. We've unhitched from the vehicle. Make sure you engage the handbrake. It'll stop the trailer moving around as we open it up. If the trailer's got to be moved, always ensure that the jockey wheel is in the fully lowered position. That's its strongest position to be in, especially for a sideways movement. At that point there, we can move the trailer around where we like. After I've got it where I think's level on our ground, chock the wheels if necessary. We'll then put the stabiliser legs down, stabilise the whole trailer before we open anything up. So with the stabiliser legs, quite simple process. Find the wind down handle that's supplied with the trailers in the drawer. Grab hold of the handle, take the weight of the stabiliser leg up a bit, pull the handle, let it come down. Lock it into position, you'll hear it when it locks in. Simply a process then. Wind the leg down till it takes the weight of the trailer. If it is a slightly uneven ground, you can use them to level the trailer up a bit. So folks, we're going to fill the water tank up. Make sure we're using a food grade hose, it'll keep the plastic taste out of the tank. Simply a matter of finding the key with the rectangular top. Insert the key, quarter turn anti-clockwise, take the cap out. Fill the tank up, have the tap on about 1/3 volume. Water will bubble back out of the breather when it's full. Then it's simply a matter of putting the cap back in the same position, quarter turn, lock, remove the key. So a quick look at the front end. Simple layout, 2 jerry cans. To install the gas bottle, simply a matter of open the latch, drop the bottle into position, do our latch back up. Then we're simply just going to take the gas line, hook it up into the gas bottle. Just like you do on the barbecue at home. Basically ready to turn on and get the kitchen going. So the Explorer rear fold is fitted with a single 12-volt gel cell battery and a 240-volt charger. We're going to find all the controls behind this panel here. So we've got our 240-volt charger, 3 main circuit breakers, the main power switch, and the individual power switches on the power distribution board. If we turn our power on, we'll get 2 different readings here. Get the overall voltage, we're showing 12.9 volts, and the amp draw. Amp draw will vary depending on what we're running on it. Typically with a fridge, we're going to see around 5 amps. 240-volt charger, simply plug into a 10 amp power supply if you're at home. If you do go to a caravan park, you will need a 15 amp lead and what they call the amphibian adapter to go from 15 back to 10 amps to plug that into. Solar panel, if you have one, will plug into the Anderson plug on the front of the trailer. The battery voltage is critical, not to let the batteries get too low to damage the batteries. We've got a simple gauge here that gives you all the measurements and how low it can go. Typically 12.9 is fully charged and you really don't want to see them getting down below 12.1. Power distribution board here will control each individual one. Turn the fridge on, the light comes on. If you've turned that on and the light doesn't come on, it's simply a matter of pressing the circuit breaker above it. It's not a fuse, just press it in to reset it. Well, we're looking at the circuit breakers. These are our circuit breakers for the primary functions. Little red cover on, you can see the terminals under there. Just to make life a little bit easier for us, I've got one out here now. Now on the end, we've got a little black dot that you can see there. If the circuit breaker or anything stops, check that black dot. It'll pop out, it's about the size of a match head, and it's simply a matter of pushing it back in to reset it. It's the main cause of losing power on anything in this trailer. So the Explorer rear fold's also fitted with the convenient toolbox on the front. Simply opening the door here, we've got a fridge slide that'll fit most 60 to 80 litre fridges. Locking bar down there, press it down, and it's only a simple matter of pulling it out. Your fridge is going to be sitting here. Convenient tie down locations, which are necessary if you're going off-road to stop the fridge jumping around too much. Over here we've got the 12-volt accessory plug that you'd plug your fridge into. So when we pack the fridge slide up, simply a matter, push the blue lever down, it's in the lock position out here. Push the blue lever down, push the slide back in. Make sure when it goes all the way in, observe the blue lock, make sure it locks into position. Secures the fridge slide, it means the fridge can't slide out, open the door and hit the nearest tree. And it's just a simple matter, close the door, we're done. Plenty of storage on the top here for all the poles from the main tent area. So on the last side of the toolbox, great storage facility on this side with a couple of slide out drawers. Same procedure as the fridge slide, make sure the lock button's down, slides back in, lock into position, just try it as well. Now in the top drawer here, when you receive your camper, a little drawer of goodies. The fire extinguisher as required by registration laws. Your coupling will be in here when you come to pick it up. We'll put that on the vehicle for you. You'll get a full set of keys. The wind down handle for the stabiliser legs. Stabiliser leg for the kitchen. And any relevant instruction books that came with the appliances when we put them in. As well as a copy of your gas certificate. Again with this drawer, After this gear is removed from it, you'll be carrying whatever you deem necessary in here, the same procedure. Make sure it goes back in, locks into position, give it a shake, close the door. Everything's secured to get on the road. So we're going to open the kitchen on the Explorer rear fold. It's a reasonably simple procedure. Basically a matter of simply opening up the door. We have a locking pin here. Pull the pin out and simply slide the whole kitchen out. You'll hear it lock into position. We've got the stabilising leg for the kitchen as well. Basically just a piece of pipe sticking out. Goes into the recess on the bottom of the kitchen. Undo the thumb screw, take a bit of weight on the kitchen and do it back up. Kitchen's now ready to use. Basic kitchen setup, sink, simple tap, on and off with the taps just there. 3-burner cooker, Pizio ignition, and down here we've got the extra slide out servery area. So one other feature of the Explorer rear fold kitchen is this great cutlery drawer. Simply slides out, keeps everything in place while you're travelling, easy to use. One other thing we need to do with our kitchen, drain water from the sink. Simply pull the drain hose out, pass it through the hole in the bottom of the whole kitchen, into a bucket or into another hose. Responsibly get rid of the grey water, don't just leave it run out on the ground. There's a few connections to make for your gas, the ignition and the water now. Simply a matter of opening up, pushing the available connections through the bottom out of this hole here. And we pull our 3 leads out. So we've got a gas connection, the ignition connection and the water connection. Gas connection first, simply a matter of pushing in. Quarter turn locked into place. Water connection, very similar to a compressor fitting. Push the ring back, insert, pull the ring forward. 12-volt connection, just go straight into the accessory plug there. So a quick rundown on how the gas lights. Bottle on the front's now hooked up. Simply a matter of opening, pick out the burner you want to light, twist the knob around till you got the big flame at the top. Hold the control knob in, hit the ignition, it'll light. Hold the control knob in until the flame's heated up a bit, then it's right to go. On a really cold morning out west, you may be holding the control knob in a bit longer. Heat sensor in there, it won't let it stay lit. So to turn it off, simply the control knob for that particular flame, turn it back to the dots on the top, all ready to go. Don't close the lid too quickly. If you've been cooking for a while, there's a lot of heat, can shatter the lid. Let it cool down first. It's a simple procedure to close the kitchen up when you finish using. Quick clean down, wipe over. Normal stainless steel cleaner is a great thing on this whole kitchen. The whole thing is out of stainless. We simply got to make sure the tap is folded down our position. We've disconnected the gas and the water connection as well as the 12-volt. Close the glass. Just a reversal of what we did. Only one little trick you're going to do. Pull the lever out that locks into position, or push back in. When it goes in, the final lock-in procedure, when you push, you hear it click. Make sure you grab, pull back out to make sure it's locked in position before we start our next adventure. Then just simply a matter of closing the door, lock if necessary. So a quick word on maintenance. It's got to happen. You've got to keep your trailer looking good. It's got to be safe for your family to use. Please go to our website, MarketDirect Campers. Download the manual that we provide for your particular trailer. Go to the masterclasses, watch every one. There's a wealth of information to be had. So now we're just going to spend a couple of minutes and talk about wheel nuts and wheels. When you pick your trailer up, I encourage you to check the wheel nuts yourself before you leave the showroom. Simply a matter, onto the nut, make sure it tightens up, and it's got no movement in it. When you leave the showroom after you've picked it up, go approximately 50 kilometres, check them again, and then check them again at 200 kilometres. If you're travelling off-road, it's essential you check them every morning. So up in the drawbar here, we'll find a plaque that gives you a tightening sequence for the wheel nuts, gives you the appropriate torque setting to use, and the maintenance sequence to follow as well. Very important. Well folks, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Take your trailer out, go make some memories. Welcome to the MDC family. Escape with confidence.